It's info time at the Apollo. I'm Jason Hart.
I'm Chelsea Fitzpatrick.
Okay. Hello, it's info time at the Apollo. I'm Jason Hart.
I'm Chelsea Fitzpatrick.
And we're here with Refit Frankfurt. Can you guys introduce yourselves? We'll start over here.
I'm Kim Beers.
And I'm Becky Casey.
And Kim, how long have you been in town?
I'm a Frankfurt native, so I was born and raised here. And we've been doing Refit for 3 years now.
Awesome.
Okay. And how long have you been in town, Peggy?
Probably about 25 years. Yeah. So
Okay. So why? What's your why for starting Refit Frankfurt? And tell me, what is Refit Frankfurt?
that's what we're like.
Yeah.
So Refit Frankfurt, at its core, we are a fitness class. We meet 3 times a week now. It is completely free, and anyone is welcome to attend. We do take donations. In some locations, in one of our locations, people bring canned goods. We're actually at a church, and so we donate back to the food pantry there. And then in some of our other locations, people just, drop stuff in the donation. I started personally as a Zumba instructor to fill a need for, we only had one instructor at the facility. We started at Forks of Elkhorn Baptist Church. At the facility, they had built this great new gym, fitness center, community outreach space. And part of that, they wanted to offer fitness classes. And there was only one instructor, but we were trying to grow the program. So I began in Zumba, and I really enjoyed that because I love different world rhythms and things like that.
Definitely.
But I found, when searching for choreography, I found Refit actually on the internet, on YouTube. And it was a group, it's a fitness format that was developed by women, run by 3 women out of Waco, Texas. And the premise for it was less focused on the fitness per se, but more focused on the community building aspect, which is really what drew me to it. The choreography was a little bit simpler. There was much more focus on the class experience, not just come in and get your sweat on for 45 minutes. And so I really liked that part, the part about reaching people, the part about having a good class experience, this idea of we over me. It's not a me show, it's a we show. And, fitness can be intimidating in and of itself, I think, especially for women. And then especially depending on where you are in that journey, it can be very intimidating just to walk into a gym or a fitness facility for the first time. And so I love the idea of, we're going to welcome you wherever you are, whatever fitness level you are, whatever age you are, just come as you are and join us and have fun. And if we work on a good experience on the inside, ultimately that outside will follow.
Yeah.
So that's where that started. Becky, my bestie, was coming to class with me. And after about a year,
yeah. I started with you in Zumba to
she
be
did.
a supportive friend. I thought, oh man, she's like, I feel obligated. She's gonna make me do this Zumba thing, but I did it and I loved it. But then she went to, she got exposure to Refit, and she came back. She was like, I want to do this. I was like, okay.
Let's unpack this. What's Zumba?
So Zumba is a dance fitness-based program, and it focuses on movement still, exposure to all kinds of world rhythms, which are a lot of fun.
It's often a little, I would say, suggestive or risque for
it incorporates a lot of different styles of music. And I'm not knocking that at all. It's a lot of fun. But for some people, that's not their jam, and sometimes some salsa can be intimidating,
Sure.
It can be hard.
I
So
saw the president do it once in a video. Right?
yeah, it can be difficult. I do still enjoy it, but it can be difficult. And then, like I said, the Refit, I saw it online. I really liked the music that they were using. It's a little more family friendly. So, and even now we have a lot of moms that bring their daughters along.
Oh,
And so, it just creates a different kind of environment.
Yeah.
So that's
Okay. Well, Becky, what locations do you guys provide your free fitness services?
Yeah, we are actually at 3 locations right now. On Tuesdays at 5:30, we are at the Cross Center, which is the recreation facility behind Forks of Elkhorn Baptist Church, which is out off of Duckers. And then on Thursday nights, that's our newest location. We're downtown at 5:30 at the Foundry on Broadway. And that's a great facility there.
Fun
It's
space.
so fun
Fun space.
and
Yes.
walkable to everything, downtown. So you can exercise and maybe go get ice cream.
Some tacos after class.
Yeah, and then on Saturday mornings, we have a 9:30 class at Capital City Christian Church off of Versailles in their student room. And that's a really fun space. All our spaces are fun.
They are.
Our classes are fun.
So do you have folks that show up to each one? And
Yes.
kind of 3
We
times a week?
do.
That's
And
great.
do.
what's interesting is that as we've evolved, so we started off with the one location, and then in about 2 years in, we added the second location, and then just this year we got the third location. And each space is a little bit different, so you get a little bit of a different feel. The overall class experience is kind of the same, but each space has different lighting. Like, for example, we turn the lights down,
That's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
so it kind of takes the edge off. Spandex.
New people.
Yeah,
Spandex
Yeah.
and
Fluorescent
fluorescent,
lights.
that can be
Yeah.
that can be intimidating.
No.
So we turn down the lights. We have party lights.
You
It's just
come
a-
in, yeah, you
it's
walk
fun.
in and you're like, is this the workout class or is this the party? We're like, hey, we came to party, and by party we mean workout. So, yeah, it does have that party atmosphere.
And it's just another way to kind of take the pressure off.
Definitely.
It eases everyone's mind. Like if they're walking in for the first time, they're like, "Oh, we don't have the lights on." We're like, "No."
like,
Like, oh, I love that.
Do folks have to register online, or can they just show up?
People can just show up.
Okay.
We do have a sign in, and we collect emails if people that want to provide their emails, and we try to do a monthly newsletter and keep people informed about our classes. And we have some social media pages on Facebook and Instagram. But yeah, people can just come, show up as you are.
Awesome.
As far as dress, normal workout clothes, or
Normal workout clothes.
get folks in blue jeans.
We do. We have had people, come in and honestly that, a couple people said this is just what's more comfortable for me.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now granted, we would say yes, be comfortable, be able to move. We don't want to restrict mobility, what you can safely and comfortably
Yeah.
work out in. But hey, if jeans work for you, then by all means go right ahead.
Awesome.
So walk me through a standard class. What do you guys do first thing? You come in, all these people wanting to get in shape are coming in for the first time, and what happens?
Well, it's great. I think we've got usually someone is always there to greet you when you walk in the door. And that's the beauty. Kim and I always try to teach together. We're like a BOGO package deal,
Right,
you
yeah.
know. So that way it's great for us because one of us can be finishing up setting the room or checking the sound. And someone can also is there to greet participants as they come in. And some of our regular participants, they're fantastic about anytime when they see maybe a new face going over and saying hi and introducing themselves.
Yeah.
We'll ask how they heard about it, and we'll kind of reassure them that this is not going to be scary. We promise. So after that, we'll kind of do some announcements once we get started. We are kind of more than a fitness class in the aspect that we try to plan a lot of things outside of class too, just to kind of encourage that fellowship and relationship building
Yeah.
amongst each other. So we'll kind of tell everyone kind of what we've got going on, what we've got coming up, if we've got any specific events, or if we're going to do any fundraisers, because we'll try to do those as a way to give back. And then we're ready to dance. And by dance, I tell people, because people always go, I don't dance. Okay, listen, I don't dance either.
Everybody
can't-
dances. Not everybody dances
Well, yes. I'm terrible at keeping a beat. Kim makes fun of me all the time. We start on the downbeat. I I'm like, that's so cute that you think I know what that is. I don't know. But it's more than just dance. Of course, you're going to have your cardio elements, but we do some songs that are not so dancey that might gear towards toning as well.
Yeah.
Some are a little more serious as far as the toning, and some songs are just for fun. So once we get rolling, we'll crank the music up, and a couple of songs are just to kind of warm up, get things moving, and then we'll rock it out for pretty much a full hour. Class is about 13 to 15 songs.
How long is usually?
And we do structure our playlists in kind of we do at least a couple of warm-up songs to get your blood flowing and things like that, to get everyone kind of loosened up. And then we'll kind of do like a intensity wave, like low to medium to bring the heart rate up and then bring it back down. So it's kind of structured in an interval class in terms of elevating your heart rate and then bringing it back down. And then also with a lot of toning.
Yeah. So then usually as we kind of close class, you'll start to see it, the intensity level will bring it down, and we'll usually be really intentional with some of the songs that we pick. All of our music is intentional. There's no twerking. No one wants to see that. Yeah. But we're, sorry, she was afraid I might say that. You never know what might come out. But all of our music.
We're a family friendly.
Yes, family friendly. I like all of our music is clean. It's positive, or what we call neutral. If it's something that's just fun.
Either value neutral or value positive.
Do you guys take like suggestions? Can someone be like,
absolutely,
hey, I'd like to work out to Hey Mickey or something?
Right.
Like,
absolutely. Now, we are plugged into a national format, and so they provide a lot of choreography to us. We don't have to, we are allowed to create our own things, but a lot of it is out there as instructors. We have a whole library of things to choose from. So
to become instructors, what does that involve?
It's a day-long certification process. I do want to finish, though. So winding up our class.
Yes.
We are pretty intentional about how we do that, because part of our class experience is building community. And so we do a lot of different things. At some of our church locations, we'll close with prayer. In some of our other locations, and we do things like some kind of question just to get some dialogue going. Like we recently asked, if fear wasn't an issue for you, what would you do? Just to get people thinking. We've done some things. We have some songs that are like words of affirmation to music. And so, you're just sitting in a relaxed state listening to this really inspirational music with this super powerful message, and just leaving you feeling good at the end of class. So we do try to switch it up. But the main thing is, our main goal is to always allow you to leave the class feeling better than when you walked in.
Yeah.
That's great, because that's not what happens when I do CrossFit.
I'm not saying your muscles won't be sore, but your heart as a muscle is going to be feeling pretty good.
That's one of the things that one of Refit's values is the heart is more than a muscle. The body is more than a soul, and relationship is more important than results.
So, do you guys tie into any other fitness organizations in town, or is it mostly just getting people through the church and taking anybody that'll come in and wants to get healthy?
We're not. We're kind of our standalone thing right now. Like I said, we're tied into a national format. So we go to an instructor conference every year to educate ourselves and keep moving forward. But anybody's welcome. You do not have to go or belong to a specific church. You don't have to go to any church. Any belief, any denomination, like I said, anyone is welcome.
So we really want to focus on that. Everybody belongs. We always people like to say that there's a seat at the table for everyone. Well, we're there's room on the dance floor for everyone. Our typical classes, we've got Miss Martha, who is, I want to say, well, I don't know if I should say her age, but she's
a lovely, mature lady.
Mature, yes.
And then, like I said, we have moms that
Moms
come
with
with
their
their
littles.
5-year-old daughters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and we're everywhere in between. You know, people on every level of their fitness journey, whether they've just started and have never really done anything, or they've been active all their lives.
Yeah.
So
you said moms are guys?
guys are totally allowed.
Totally welcome. Guys typically are intimidated by
Yeah.
dancey classes.
But we've had a few.
We've had a few.
Yeah.
And they're surprised at how much they sweat.
Yes. When we started at a new location, it was when we very first started at Capital City. It was our first day, and there was a gentleman that came, and he came in. He's like, "So refit, is that like CrossFit?" I'm like,
We're like,
no, it's not. I said, but you're still going to exercise. And you're still going to get worked out really well. And he was like, "Is it like dance?" And I was like, "Don't run for the car. Please don't run for the car." I was like, just give it, just try it out. Because
Yeah.
he thought, I don't know. And so he stuck in there and he did the whole class. And by the end of the second song, it was like a full-on sweat ring on his shirt. And inside I was going, yes. And so after class was over, we stayed and we talked for a few minutes. He goes, "That was not what I was expecting." He goes, "But it turned out to be really, really cool. And I enjoyed it." He goes, "I'm not 100% sure it's my thing." He goes, "But that was way more of a workout than what I thought it was going to be when you told me that." In fact, and then I followed up with him with that email a couple of days later, and then he responded the next week. He was like, "Okay, it wasn't bad, I promise." He's like, "I might try it again." He goes, and he said when his daughter comes in from college, he might try to bring her with him.
Yeah.
So that's sweet.
I've got a 6-year-old daughter, so that she must.
Well, you two should come on.
Yeah, let's get him out
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, we try to work out every now and again. We go jogging sometimes.
Fun.
I went once. And it was horrible.
Well, we kind of think if you're going to sweat, you may as well have fun doing
Yeah.
it, you know. And that's the key thing is while we get
You'll
so
probably see all those things on t-shirts that we have at some point.
yeah, it's true.
Oh, that'd be great for branding. Yeah.
It is. I mean, they do have one. It says, "Everyone sweats. Might as well have fun."
Yeah,
doing
and hers,
it.
of course, is the refit
Yeah.
shirt.
Hugs over handshakes.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Great.
We've got one says refit loves your body, like just the way it is. You don't have to be a certain size. You know, you hear all these statistics and read all these stories, and they say like the number one reason people don't even attempt or try to reach any fitness goals that they have is just fear of judgment.
Yeah.
And that's terrible.
Yeah.
And you are never going to experience that if you come to a refit class. We're going to love you from the minute you walk in the door. We're going to love you the minute that you leave, just however you are.
Great.
Yeah. Do you guys do anything like holidays? Do you do like a dress up thing? Like,
Well, so we do have holiday music, like choreography to holiday music. We haven't done like a dress up Christmas party, although that would be super fun. Like sweaters and working out. I don't think
would be
that would
really
work out well.
But you know what? This year, Halloween is on a class night. So
That may be
could
a
be
thing.
really fun.
Yeah.
And then a drawback because the kids, maybe we get the kids to all come to class.
True. Now we've done some themey parties, classes, you know, we've done, there's been an 80s night and we've talked about just different things. You know, the choreography and the music is all over. I mean, we have oldies, we've got Sherry was in the playlist not long ago to things that just came out, you know, in the last month. So we try to mix it up because we do have just such a big age variety in our class and we want to try to give something for everyone.
Yeah.
And you'd be surprised what people like.
That is an
Too.
interesting,
Like we always thought because we've had quite a few mature women,
Yeah.
like my mom and a couple of others, and I've always felt like, well, we should throw a little something in there for them, and they love that. But when you're like, well, hey, what was your favorite song? It's something totally different. It's not even that. Like my mom's favorite song is "Dance Like Your Daddy" by who is that?
Meghan Trainor.
Yeah. Like she went to her Weight Watchers meeting and said she bust out singing and started dancing too. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's probably where I get it from. That is where I get it from. Thanks, Mom.
You guys also brought a flyer with you. Let's talk about that.
Yes.
What's that about?
I love that question. So should we hold it up?
Yeah,
too?
hold it
Okay.
up. if you could bring it like right.
Yeah. No
A
problem.
Listen.
little
Yeah.
bit. There you go.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, let's talk about that.
So part of Refit in general, and especially part of Refit Frankfurt, is that community aspect, and not just within our group of participants, which we call our tribe, but also our community as a whole. And so we always try to find a way to give back. And so we are going to have what's called, and this is not our first one, so we're excited. This will be our second Refit for a Reason. And a refit for a reason is when you find whether it's, a need or something, maybe a family in need or another agency or something in the community where there's a need and you want to give back. We'll host a special class and we'll call it a refit for a reason. And rather than a typical 60-minute class, it's a 90-minute class,
Oh.
which some people are like, gosh, it's so long, but it goes by so fast because it's so fun. And in that, we'll usually ask for people to, like, since we don't normally charge, we do donations, we'll be like, hey, let's step up the game. There's kind of a fee or something to get in, but either that's your donation back. So we just launched our media campaign today for an event that we're doing to benefit Second Street School. So on August 29th, it's a Thursday, we are going to be hosting, our host is the Foundry on Broadway.
Yeah.
And so we're going to start, it'll be from 5:30 to 7, and it's our Refit for a Reason, Second Street School, and we're asking people to bring school supplies.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
that's great.
Yeah. There's such a need there. You've got families that are always donating things, and then you've got some families that can't. You've got teachers that are paying for things out of pocket because the schools there's just such limited money and funds everywhere that we just thought, hey, let's do this as a way to give back. This is a new location where we're at, and so hopefully that draws a lot of that community.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we've had a lot of participation already, but I figured this is a great way to kind of it's like a twofold event. It's a great way for us to give back to the community, and a great way for Refit Frankfurt to get a little bit of exposure and
definitely.
to have people love it like we do.
Refit Frankfurt is already doing like free classes and giving back to the community and doing all this
Yeah.
great stuff and getting people healthy. And here you guys are going even above and beyond and getting to the Second Street School, which is really amazing, really great, and I applaud you for it. You're also going to be out tonight at the
Yay.
The
Fellows
market.
Market, which
Yes.
the law office also sponsors. So that's going to start at 6, and you'll have a table.
We do. We're going to have a booth.
Oh.
We are actually going to have a TV set up. We're going to be showing some choreography so you can kind of get a feel of what class would look like.
That's really great. I'm
Yeah.
actually going to look for that.
Yeah. So yeah, stop by. We've got business cards. We've got flyers with more information. So
Yeah.
yeah. Again, we have such a good time doing this, and our why, I don't know that I ever really got to that specifically. We want to help. It started off, we want to help women, right? But everyone is welcome. So I don't want to just say we want to help women. We want to help people feel good. We want to help people get healthy, but in a fun way. And so we have always had a desire to, stay healthy and active. And so, again, if you're going to work out, it might as well be fun. So,
Yeah.
And it's more than that, and that's what I love hearing from people who take the class. They're like, it's not really what I expected. And you see those friendships build among our tribe. They love it when we call them that.
yeah, I mean, we
see
call them
that.
our tribe. We've got, some regular class attendees and, people that are checking on each other and, hey, I know you're going through this, do you need anything? Can I give you a hug just to feel better today? And that's the cool part to see, because you wouldn't necessarily expect that to be an outcome of a fitness class. But it's grown into that over time. These group of people have gotten to know each other through this method of fellowship. and they just they love on each other, and it's
we love
nice.
on each other.
It's
We
nice.
laugh with each other.
We've
cried
cried.
with each other. We've prayed for each other. We've sent each other like notes of encouragement and texts and calls and stuff. And it's been beautiful to watch it blossom. Like the first time I think we kind of saw that happen with class, we were like, hey, but it's, it's a labor of love for us. It takes a lot of our time. But it is so rewarding. It is
Absolutely.
probably one of the best things I think we've done. And here I said I wasn't going to cry, but
I mean, I think it's amazing what y'all are doing for the community. It really is. So I want to go out. I want to check it out.
well, we want you to check
we
it
want you to.
out. Yeah.
And I'm on so many things with Chamber of Commerce and stuff. We're always looking for more things to keep kids involved and youth involved, and anything that's going to get the kids or just anyone involved in being healthy and making
Right.
Frankfurt a better place. We're all about it. And it's I do a lot of criminal defense, so I see what happens when people have a lot of free time. So it's better to see people being involved in something like this, which is really great. What are your goals for Refit Frankfurt? Like, say, a year from now, 2 years from now, like, what are you guys reaching towards? Like, you've got 3 times a week now. Is that where you guys want to be?
I think 3 times a week is pretty good.
It's about all we can handle with our
Yeah.
own personal lives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is another component to Refit that is strictly a toning class, and I did that for a while. And we may eventually incorporate that back in. But overall, I think our big thing is we just want to reach as many people as we can. It's so great to see parents and kids there together doing something like that together, being healthy together, like working on those healthy habits. It's great to see people of all ages, our more mature folks. Like, I applaud them every single day for just getting out there and still willing to be active, because it's so easy to not be.
And when we say like moms and their kids, sometimes they're not like little kids. We have a lot of
grown adults
and their moms.
adult parents,
Yeah, so it's really, we've even had, I think, maybe a 3-generation thing going on there one night in class too. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was cool.
Well, is there anything else you want to tell to our viewers before we sign off? I think we've covered a lot of ground here. You guys are doing great work. We're going to see you later tonight at the Oddfellows Market.
That's nice.
That's really all I have. Do you have any additional questions?
I don't think so.
All right.
Yeah, we just want to say, like, finding a positive workout shouldn't be a negative experience, and we would love to have you join us.
Yeah.
So
Everyone's welcome.
everybody's welcome.
Great.
Yeah.
It does sound fun, and I can tell you I've never enjoyed a single pull-up I've done.
No.
So when you were talking about doing something that's fun, I was like, I do these pull-ups at the gym, and I don't
they're
like any of them.
not.
So that just kind of, hit me. But thank you so much for coming over
Sure.
and talking
Thanks
to
for
us.
having
You can
us.
find us if you're curious for a little bit more. I know Kim mentioned that we're on a couple of social media platforms, but we do have. We're probably a little more active with Facebook because sometimes we kind of forget about Instagram, but we're working on that. But you can find us on Facebook at Refit Frankfurt.
Okay.
And the same for Instagram. It's Refit Frankfurt.
All right. Well, this is Jason.
I'm Chelsea.